Did you ever hear that governments hide things? Well, not just little things, big things. The kind of places that don't show up on Google Maps, where access is strictly off-limits, and anyone caught snooping around might just disappear into a pile of classified paperwork. Thanks to open-source mapping and the internet's obsession with uncovering secrets, some of these locations have finally come to light. From high-security testing grounds to bizarre anomalies, covert training camps, and facilities so hush-hush they might as well not exist. This is your exclusive look inside 15 secretive government facilities that actually exist. Let's start off with number 15, Porton Down, UK. If you thought Area 51 was shady, let's talk about Porton Down. This isn't some alien testing facility, it's something much more chilling. Located in Wiltshire, England, Porton Down is one of the world's most secretive research centers, officially focused on defense science. But for decades, it's been surrounded by dark rumors. In the mid-20th century, British servicemen were unknowingly exposed to nerve agents like sarin gas under the guise of volunteer experiments. Some never recovered. The UK government claims Porton Down is dedicated to researching biological and chemical warfare defenses. A noble cause, sure. But what they don't like to talk about is its deep history of testing deadly pathogens and toxins. Everything from anthrax to Ebola has been studied here, leading many to believe that it's more than just a defense lab. Even today, Porton Down remains off-limits to the public, shrouded in mystery. What kind of experiments are still happening behind those locked gates? And how much do we really want to know? Number 14, Jan Mayen, Norway. Jan Mayen is one of the most isolated and mysterious volcanic islands in the world, sitting in the Arctic Ocean under Norwegian control. This rugged, uninhabited landscape spans 144 square miles and is dominated by the Beerenberg volcano, the northernmost active volcano on Earth, which last erupted in 1985. Despite its harsh climate and extreme remoteness, Jan Mayen is strategically important. It has no permanent residents, but around 35 personnel rotate in and out, maintaining Norway's radio communications and meteorological stations. Officially, it is a nature reserve, with Norway having placed a 200 nautical mile exclusion zone around it in 2010. However, some believe these restrictions hide something bigger. During the Cold War, NATO secretly used the island as a military outpost, possibly monitoring Soviet activity. While no official military presence is acknowledged today, whispers of covert operations persist. Is Jan Mayen truly just a research outpost, or is something else hiding beneath its icy terrain? Number 13, Tunguska Event Site, Russia. The Tunguska event site is home to one of the most mysterious explosions in history. On June 30th, 1908, an explosion near the stony Tunguska River in Siberia flattened 770 square miles of forest and toppled 80 million trees. Yet strangely, no impact crater was ever found. The blast's energy was estimated to be 10 to 15 megatons of TNT, nearly 1,000 times more powerful than the Hiroshima bomb. Scientists believe it was caused by a meteor or comet fragment exploding mid-air, but without any debris, theories have run wild. Some suggest aliens, a secret weapon test, or even a black hole passing through Earth. Access to the site is highly restricted, officially to protect scientific research and prevent the looting of meteoric fragments. However, rumors persist that the area is rich in rare minerals, and the Russian government may be keeping a tight grip to control access to valuable resources hidden beneath the craterless devastation. Number 12, Dara Military Facility, Yemen. Yemen is already a place filled with conflict and secrecy, but Dara Military Facility takes it to another level. Very little public information exists about this site, but what we do know is that it's heavily guarded, highly classified, and possibly involved in international military operations. Some reports suggest it's used for arms development, chemical weapons production, and foreign military training. Others claim that outside forces might be using it for their own secret projects. Due to the ongoing war in Yemen, information is scarce, but the high level of security and restricted access make one thing clear. Something is happening here that governments don't want the world to see. What kind of experiments or weapons are being developed? Who's really pulling the strings behind this facility? No one knows for sure. But in a country already torn apart by war, this place adds another layer of mystery to an already volatile region. Number 11. Dulce Base, New Mexico, USA. At first glance, Dulce, New Mexico looks like any other small town. But for decades, rumors have swirled that beneath its desert landscape lies one of the most secretive underground facilities in the world, Dulce Base. According to conspiracy theories, Dulce Base is a massive underground laboratory, possibly a joint human-alien research facility. Some claim it has multiple levels, each more sinister than the last, with reports of genetic experiments, advanced technology, and alien collaboration. The legend took off in the 1970s and 80s, fueled by Paul Benowitz, a businessman who believed he intercepted alien communications from the base. Some stories even suggest violent battles took place underground between humans and extraterrestrials. Officially, there's no evidence that Dulce Base exists. However, visitors to the area have reported mysterious roadblocks, heavy surveillance, and unexplained military presence, suggesting that if nothing is there, someone is working very hard to keep it that way. Number 10. Kapustin Yar, Russia. Welcome to Russia's Area 51, a place so secretive that even saying its name in certain circles might get you some unwanted attention. Kapustin Yar is a heavily guarded military testing site where Russia has been developing advanced missiles, spacecraft, and nuclear weapons for decades. But here's where things get weird. Countless reports of UFO sightings and whispers that this site is home to recovered alien technology. In 1948, just a year after the infamous Roswell incident in the US, locals claimed they saw a UFO crash near Kapustin Yar. Soon after, military trucks were spotted transporting mysterious debris away. Some believe that whatever was found that day is still locked away in underground bunkers, being studied in total secrecy. Officially, the Russian government insists it's all military R&D, but unofficially, some believe that behind those fortified walls, there's something not of this world, and they're doing everything they can to keep it hidden. Number 9. Parchin Military Complex, Iran. If you think nuclear secrecy only happens in the US or Russia, think again. Located just outside Tehran, the Parchin Military Complex is one of Iran's most heavily guarded facilities. Officially, it's a military and weapons development site, but satellite images and international reports suggest it might be much more than that. Many experts believe Parchin is involved in nuclear weapons development. Satellite images have captured strange activity, including buildings being demolished right before international inspectors were scheduled to visit. Coincidence? Probably not. Iran has always denied working on nuclear weapons, but the secrecy, the cover-ups, and the carefully orchestrated cleanups make it hard to believe. International watchdogs are always monitoring, always questioning, but Iran continues to deny, deflect, and obscure. So what's really going on behind those walls? A harmless military research site? Or something the world isn't supposed to see? One thing's for sure, Parchin is a powder keg of secrecy, and the truth is buried deep beneath layers of classified operations. Number 8. HAARP, USA. The HAARP facility in Alaska is one of the most controversial research sites in the world. Officially, it's a project focused on studying the ionosphere, the layer of Earth's atmosphere that influences radio wave propagation and communication systems. However, its extreme secrecy and military origins have fueled endless conspiracy theories. Originally controlled by the U.S. Air Force, HAARP was transferred to the University of Alaska Fairbanks in 2015. The heart of the facility is a powerful array of 180 high-frequency antennas spread across 33 acres, capable of emitting 3.6 megawatts of energy directly into the ionosphere. Scientists say this allows them to study how solar activity and space weather affect global communications and navigation. But many suspect HAARP is being used for something more. Weather modification, mind control, and even earthquake generation have all been suggested. Despite hosting open house events, the mystery surrounding HAARP remains, leaving many to question what's really happening in Alaska. Number 7. Secretive, Kazakhstan. Located near Lake Balkhash in Kazakhstan, Secretive is one of the world's most significant anti-ballistic missile testing sites. Established by the Soviet Union in 1956, it played a crucial role in developing Russia's missile defense systems and is still used today, under extreme secrecy. Strategically positioned 1,000 miles from Russia's ballistic missile test sites, Secretive was built to simulate intercontinental ballistic missile travel. It became the testing ground for some of the most advanced missile defense technology, including the first-ever successful interception of a missile warhead in 1961. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, much of the facility was abandoned. But in recent years, Russia has resumed testing there, leasing parts of the site from Kazakhstan. With ongoing classified missile projects, high-altitude nuclear tests, and next-generation weapon development, it remains one of the most closely watched sites in the world by intelligence agencies. Number 6. Woomera Prohibited Area, Australia. The Woomera Prohibited Area, or WPA in South Australia, is one of the most remote and restricted military test ranges in the Western world. Covering a staggering 47,000 square miles, it is operated by the Royal Australian Air Force and has been home to top-secret weapons testing since 1947. Initially part of the Anglo-Australian Joint Project, Woomera played a key role in Cold War missile testing, including the launch of experimental rockets and nuclear-capable missiles. Over the decades, it has hosted space-related tests, classified aircraft trials, and defense experiments in collaboration with the United States, the UK, and NATO. Public access is heavily restricted, with designated security zones requiring special permits. The Australian government insists it's just a testing site, but its continued secrecy and cutting-edge defense projects suggest something much bigger. From hypersonic missile research to space surveillance, what really happens in Woomera remains locked behind military-grade secrecy. Number 5. Federal Intelligence Service Building, Germany. The Federal Intelligence Service, or BND, headquarters in Berlin, is one of the most imposing intelligence buildings in the world. Opened in 2019, it represents a shift in Germany's intelligence operations toward a more centralized and modernized approach. But make no mistake, despite its public image, what happens inside remains top secret. Located on the site of a former sports stadium, this massive complex spans 36 football fields and cost over €1 billion to build. It is even larger than the CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia, making it the largest intelligence service building in the world. Designed to house over 4,000 staff members, it stands as the nerve center of Germany's most classified operations. While the government claims this move was meant to bring greater transparency, the sheer size, security, and secrecy surrounding the building suggest otherwise. With a visitor center open to the public, Germany wants to appear open, but the real work happening inside remains strictly off-limits. Number 4. Camp Peary, Virginia. Deep in the Virginia woods, Camp Peary, also known as the Farm, is one of the CIA's most secretive training grounds. Spanning 9,000 acres near Williamsburg, This military reservation is officially listed as an Armed Forces Experimental Training Activity. But in reality, it's where the CIA trains its elite operatives. New recruits from the Directorate of Operations, the agency's covert branch, undergo intense training here, along with DIA personnel and other special operatives. The CIA never formally acknowledges Camp Peary's existence, and access is strictly controlled, with security so tight that even discussing the facility publicly is rare. During World War II, it was a training ground for Navy Seabees and later housed German POWs. But since the 1950s, it has been exclusively used by the CIA. With espionage training, survival simulations, and covert operations tactics taught behind its heavily guarded fences, Camp Peary is one of the most classified locations in the United States. All right, now, let's talk about Number 3. Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center, China. The Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center, located deep in the Gobi Desert in Gansu Province, is one of China's most important space facilities. Established in 1958, it has been a major part of the country's growing space program. Jiuquan has played a key role in launching China's first satellite in 1970, its first crewed space mission in 2003, and numerous other space exploration projects. The base serves as a launch site for both military and civilian missions. And with China's rapid advancements in space technology, Jiuquan is more active than ever. However, not everything about the facility is public knowledge. The Chinese military maintains heavy control over the center, and many suspect classified operations, including anti-satellite weapon testing. While China promotes transparency, Jiuquan's secrecy suggests that what's happening behind its walls goes far beyond space exploration. Number 2. Iron Mountain, Pennsylvania. Once, an old man said, "If a secret is too big to be known, it goes underground." And nowhere is that more true than Iron Mountain, one of the most secure underground storage facilities in the world. Originally a limestone mine, it was transformed during the Cold War into a vault for classified government records, corporate archives, and priceless artifacts. Today, it serves as the ultimate bunker for Fortune 500 companies, banks, and even the U.S. government. Rumors say it houses original master recordings, confidential legal files, and secrets powerful enough to shake entire industries. With biometric security, climate-controlled vaults, and heavily armed guards, it is virtually impossible to breach. How many national secrets are locked away down there? No one knows. But if something important needs to disappear from the public eye, Iron Mountain is where it's buried. Number 1. Pantex Plant, Texas. The Pantex plant is the most heavily guarded nuclear facility in the United States. Established during World War II, Pantex is the primary site for assembling and dismantling nuclear warheads. Its role is critical to U.S. nuclear security, responsible for ensuring that the country's nuclear arsenal remains safe, functional, and up to date. It also dismantles old nuclear warheads in compliance with international arms agreements. But because it handles large amounts of nuclear material, it has also been the subject of safety concerns and environmental debates. Security at Pantex is extreme, with no public access, no disclosure of nuclear material movements, and strict secrecy regarding its operations. Many believe that, beyond maintenance, the facility is also involved in classified projects related to nuclear modernization. What exactly is being developed here? That's information the government keeps locked away. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.